All right, we're back with Place on the 55. I'm John. This is Jess. We had some technical difficulties last week, Jess. Not as bad as Chad Kelly's physical difficulties. That guy, his leg snapped in half. Did you catch that on the game?
Man, it is so bad. Like they're saying it's going to be 6 to 9 months of rehab. That it's so bad that he can't even fly. Apparently, I heard today. I these are TSN, probably on TSN that I heard that Kelly can't make the trip because he can't fly in an airplane right now. Like it's that bad.
Alex Smith had a pretty gruesome injury in his NFL career, and it took him about a year and a half to come back, maybe even 2 years. But if you think about when Kelly went down in November, if it's a year recovery, that means he's ready to go Grey Cup next year. So he's certainly not playing. So the guy's out until the start of 2026, hopefully. If he comes back, I don't know. Do you come back? Like he reached down and tried to hold his leg together after it broke.
Did he actually officially break? You know what? I have not heard the official injury status on that.
The photos I've seen online is your bone's supposed to be like this, nice straight line, and it was like that. So if it's not broken, I don't know what's happened because it wasn't a straight line anymore. Montreal screwed it up and they lost, and I won that bet. We did have those technical difficulties last week, so there was no pod for you listeners. I had picked Toronto to win. They did. I had picked Winnipeg to win. They did. Jess, you concurred with Winnipeg, and here we are, going into the 111th Grey Cup. Winnipeg and Toronto, the hottest team to finish the season.
Usually wins the Grey Cup. They're both hot, but has had to play more games that have mean something. So the only thing the Bombers have had to play for is that one game against Saskatchewan last week. Um, and sure they won. Uh, they barely covered, but you know, uh, that can be a problem. Like I said before, like I've seen third place teams come out of nowhere. As in like the BC Lions in the year 2000, they were 8-10, and they squeaked into the playoffs and then won the Grey Cup in Calgary. And I was there. That was awesome. But so it happens not just once in a while. It seems to happen more often than not.
If it happens this year and a second place team comes through to win the Grey Cup, you're going to see it happen again, Jess. You're going to the fucking Grey Cup. I can't believe
Yes,
it.
I am. We're gonna have a great time. I tell you what, I already got my official party Grey Cup shirt all ready to go, and yeah, a good friend of mine, Brian, that lives up in Prince George, through his excuse me, through his employer, uh, won some Grey Cup tickets, and one of them was being offered to you, Mr. John, and unfortunately, you had a conflict with one of your daughter's sports teams, and I totally get that.
What you're saying is how I feel. Family comes first. But if BC Lions were in it, I think I'd probably be juggling a little more and trying to get to the volleyball tryout, but also get to the BC Lions Grey Cup.
I really feel bad for you, and I think you're gonna, you know, hate us when I tell you exactly where we're sitting and what else my friend Ryan won to go along with it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me. Let's hear it.
Okay.
Let's hear.
Well, we'll start off. We're sitting around the 25-yard line, uh, and in row N. And they at BC Place they
Hmm.
started at row A and go up to N. So that sounds about halfway around the alphabet, which puts you 13 rows up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is
Yep,
going to be sick. Uh, Not
that
the best
is.
seats I've ever had at BC Place, but uh, without doubt, the best seats I've ever had for a Grey Cup.
Awesome. That's crazy. I had a hunch they were going to be good seats. I don't know. Are you excited for the halftime show? Are you going to stay in your
Uh,
seat or are you going to wander about in
the
the
Jonas
concourse?
Brothers. Well, the thing is, you can't really do anything. Well, I guess you can wait in line for food and go to the bathroom, but yeah, I for the life of me, I could not name one Jonas Brothers song. So on the Sunday, there's like a street concert that Biff Naked is doing, but it turns out there's like tickets that are being sold for $50, and I'm thinking it's a street concert, so
Hmm.
like you could just stand next to the fence, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna be able to hear Biff sing most of her songs.
Now, Biff Naked and the Jonas Brothers are probably going to be the best show that day because two backup quarterbacks against the Blue Bombers, who are just looking so strong right now. I mean, the betting line kind of tells the story. They're getting 8.5 points. The Toronto Argonauts are, and they, as somebody said earlier this year, are going to get bombed by Winnipeg. And the boatman Kelly's gone.
But he wasn't even there. Well, there was one game, like in the first half of the season, that the, uh, the 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 Boatmen beat the Bombers. I forget, it was a home or away game.
Yeah, two different teams back
Yeah,
then,
but
though.
they beat him without Kelly. The Bombers haven't changed that much.
Yeah, they have. They've gotten way better.
Yeah,
They've
you know
pulled
what?
their shit
Yeah, you know
together.
what?
O'Shea's got his
Yeah,
group
I heard
going.
that stat about it being in the first, it was about, without Kelly, so in the first 9 games. However, if one of that, if one of those losses or that loss happened in the first 4 games, Winnipeg somehow went 0-4, well, then that doesn't count. Like, as I've been saying, like, kind of for a while, like, they've got their shit together since then. And since then, they have easily have the best record in the CFL. I don't like the fact they've kind of had to coast sort of into the playoffs. If any team that's going to have all that time off, that's actually going to be prepared, I think it's going to be O'Shea's group. So, like yourself, I'm going to take those Bombers to cover that 8.5 points.
No, it's not that easy of a bet. My record this off season or in the playoffs: 3-1. You're 1-3.
Yeah.
We're either both going to be 1-0 this weekend or 0-1. Because I too am going with the Bombers. I think covering 8.5. It's a big gap. It's a lot of points, but you got two backup quarterbacks. The Argos aren't the team we thought they'd be here in the Grey Cup because they don't have Kelly. Maybe some miracle will happen with their backups. Maybe, and that'll be the storyline. I think the more likely storyline is just super strong team, got their crap together at the end, finished strong, and just kept that momentum right through the 111th Grey Cup.
Done and done. Drop the mic off the ground.
Which I have a big gap on Sunday between tryouts, so maybe you'll see me downtown at one of these events before the game. If I'm in your area, I'll send you a text.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
Well, I'm looking forward to watching the game, and if you want to write the show, you can at placedonthe55pod@gmail.com. Although after this weekend, I might not read it. I might just wait till next season.
Are we going to follow up after the game or just reconvene at week 1, maybe?
I don't know. Let's play it by ear, because if Toronto comes out and wins the game, it's going to be worthy of a follow-up show. If it's 38-9 for Winnipeg, what we thought would happen happened, and I think that's enough. All right, talk to you later, Jess.
You got it, bud.